Welcome to Pokemon Bootleg Green. Green Bootleg. Randomized also. This is Joe's theme, and this is Joe from Pokemon Battle Revolution. I'm not playing the game yet, but I'm still having fun anyway. Anyway, farewell, Joe. So, hello, welcome. Last time, which was not last week because I played PSO2 in GS instead.
Rotati.
Indeed. I played Phantasy Star Online New Genesis instead last week. I forget if this volume level's fine. I had it like a little bit lower, but then I was like, is that too low? And I sort of second guessed it, but I guess I'll put it back at what it was. Anyway. Hello. It's time for Pokemon Green. A bootleg. Turn the game down a little, like, I don't know if you're responding to what the volume is at this exact moment or like a second ago. Because if you still think it needs to be turned down a little, it's at 15 out of 100. Oh, to what it is now? Okay. Yeah, I wasn't sure if 15 was like a number I set it to when I wasn't streaming. But anyway, yeah, hello. Welcome. We didn't play this last week because I was playing, I don't know why I made a happy face for that, because I was playing PSO2 instead. But last time we did play this, we beat the Spy President. And now we need to get like Surf or whatever. Pink City Pet Gymnasium. The head is Chirao. If it is poisonous, everything have poison. That's who we defeated last time. Actually, hold on a second. I always forget to do something before streams. Hello, no, I didn't... It's a little confusing because of the delay about the, stream and when the messages appear, but currently it is at 15 out of 100. I tried turning the volume up a little bit before the stream, and then I turned it back down when you mentioned that the first time, so now it is at 15 out of 100. And hopefully that's fine. Also, hello, I am here. We need to go to the Safari Zone. There are many various pets. Welcome to Hunting Area. That's not actually the entrance, though. We've already talked to everybody in this location. For the record, I can turn the game down more if need be. A little bit more? This is now 10 out of 100 of the volume. How's that? I think my volume is at normal levels. This is good? Okay. Alright then. A famous thing, hunting play. Pet was caught casually. I see. Also regarding the earlier question of when we fight the evil landlords, that's a different video game. And Team Flare is, I guess, kind of close to that. Like, in terms of how close you can get in Pokemon. But yeah, I will, in fact, be thinking about Cassette Beasts this entire time. Probably, because it's a really good game, and if you have any interest in monster-catching video game, you should consider looking into Cassette Beasts, because it's fun. This is not a paid sponsorship. I just like the game a lot. I will possibly stream what I'll just vaguely refer to as a special run of that game at some point in the future. It won't be a normal playthrough, I guess, but it'll have parts of a normal playthrough. I can't say too much because I don't want to spoil things about Cassette Beasts, but anyway. Hello! Are you the first to play Hunt and Travel game? No? Oh, sorry for my impoliteness. No! Do not paid sponsorship me. I'm already bad at speaking, and I have only been reading this badly translated English for like 2 seconds. Oh, sorry for my impoliteness. You are so a familiar client. Welcome to Hunt and Travel area. Only spend $500, you can catch mini pet. Are you ready? No. Oh yes, once more please. I should say yes. The Hunt and Travel game is divided into 4 areas. In each area lives various precious and scarce pet, so you should use special hunting ball to catch them. But only know enough time or know any ball, then the game should be ended. You are so a familiar client as something to say to one's bestie is a silly concept. I forgot about Team Claire having an entry fee. I did sort of remember the rest of that. Replaying Pokemon X and Y is on my list of things to do at some point as well. That can also be randomized. It also doesn't run super well on emulator because it's 3DS. Welcome to Hunt and Travel area. I will spend $500. Then, received $500. Here used specially for hunting this. Whoopers in this game? Green fetches 30 hunting ball from the desk. Hasn't enough time? Notify us through megaphone if you're no hunting ball. Then may you be in luck. Notify us through megaphone if there are no hunting ball. A cheap bulletin. Press the start key and confirm the surplus time. Oh yeah, I do have an emote for that. And that. And this, I mean. This and that. Subscribe now to post this and that in the chat, I guess. Restroom, rest. All right, to catch more pet as a gift. Yashik, we should go to catch pet, but where is Kerji? That's a good question. Now, I have no idea what's going to be in the Safari Zone because randomize, but the main goal is, of course, to collect HM of Surf and also see all the funny words. Ah, wild sandwich. Hunt, bait, stone, Lee. Yeah, right. Green has used hunting ball. Oh right, my catch rate is high in the rules. That works for me, I guess. I think I already had a sandwich. A sand W. I'll have to try using the other options to see. I don't remember what I have and what I don't have. Green, abandon the bait! Wild Boast is eating the bait! Green, abandon the stone! Wild Boast is angry! Wild Boast fled. But it was just a complimentary stone that goes with the food. Oh no. Here is the center square, the northern, the second area. Hopefully the thunder doesn't thunder too much. Yeah, I can't believe it's $500 for as many sandwiches as you can catch. Oh yeah, I do have to do that. That's also true. Ah, thought you'd caught that, but... I've never figured out how the Safari Zone even works. You just kind of press things arbitrarily until something happens. I think there's rules to it, but I never remember them. It doesn't really matter. Especially in a randomizer situation. Oh, a coral reef. We found one of those again. Did we need that for anything? I don't really remember what's happening, honestly. The team that we have is probably fine. For the most part. This is the problem of not playing something for a week. Skill machine 21. Oh right, I need to have a list of skill machines open. Also, do you love the evolution theme on Endless Loop? 21 is Mega Drain. Etc. Throwing bait makes them less likely to run, but has a chance of making them harder to catch, whereas throwing a stone makes them easier to catch, but has a chance of making them more likely to flee. That sounds right. That sounds correct. Quest room, rest. The real thing defined in the Safari Zone is all the NPCs to talk to. How many have you caught? I've been catching, I'm so tired. To catch your luck, thus is enough for you to make money. Ha! Has played too active, now it's tired. Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense. Ah, it's wild trim. Oh yeah, kinda. I didn't think about that. And by kinda, I mean, yeah, pretty much exactly is that palette. Yugal, the willpower. One morning, someday, super ability juvenile awoke from the bed and became absorbed. Yeah, alright. That doesn't sound good for anyone. A cheap bulletin. The surplus time can be killed while going. I love to kill time. I know that's an expression, but, like, what if you did it literally instead? A cheap bulletin. If you found the treasure house, you could get a lightning machine! That sounds rad. I want one of those. I don't think I've caught a kolam. A cheap bulletin. Pet loves to hide under the grass. When it's not easy to be found, you can go zigzag among the grass for the purpose to make sound to frighten it. The way I read these is like instinctively a very Half-Life Full-Life Consequences narration sort of tone, and I think I've mentioned that before, probably like every time I stream this. I need to be careful to make sure I don't run out of hunting ball, but still. It probably is the correct tone as well. Here is second area. Ah. All sorts of interesting Pokemon are here. I mean... Pocket Monster. Also, Drowsy is here, but I don't care about Drowsy. Let's see if I remember how to even navigate the Safari Zone properly. Do I go this way? No. I might have to take a couple tries to get through here, because I won't remember stuff. That's a good point. Also, like, I feel like it would have been made clear through the gameplay that you could already force encounters that way, but I'm not sure. Oh, right. Portable luggage. Why do I have 2 water stones? I should have deposited things. Skill machine 14. That one is Blizzard. Well, okay. Did I read that right? Yes. Okay. Interesting, but I never like the inaccurate ones. Not really. Oh no, it's Drowsy again. I accidentally threw a Pokeball instead of running. Hooray, I got an extra Drowsy, I guess. Oh wait, we didn't ever catch one. Are offsprings of a mammal called tapir and are said to be able to eat, dream, and to be fond of hypnotism. Well, now we've learned about Drowsy. Restroom for rest. Wait, this is the same message, but like... it's the same message, I mean, it's the same general idea, but it's written differently from the other signs that we've seen. Now it's advertising. It is said that there is distributing prizes in the small house in the most inner of the area. My Yeeb has evoluted into a booster! But the of friends have evoluted into a passing heavy shower, hasn't it? Oh no. Kokoron. Kokoron seemed pretty neat from what I've seen of it though, actually. Except for the tapir being a jerk. You can take discarded props home in the hunt and travel area, but it'll waste your all time if you pick 2 more up. Green having found Hactoriolysis. That's one of the stat boosters, if I remember correctly. Hactoriolysis for you. Stunt of Misu is enhanced. That's good, right? I think that's special. I don't know a lot about Kokoron, actually. Despite having seen some of it. Oh, really? Wow. A cheap bulletin. The treasure house is just ahead. Come on! I only have 39 steps left. I'm going to get killed by a megaphone. Or whatever they said. A bulletin for help! The head of the hunting and traveling area had lost his false tooth around the area. We are thankful for your help. You're helping to find it. Office of Hunting and Traveling Area. Green having found gold teeth. Time to get sniped by a megaphone. Skill machine 8. I'm like right there too. 8 is body slam, which is pretty good. 3 steps. Crush were recorded in. That might be useful for somebody? Like, what do you have? No, that's not useful for you, actually. No, not useful for you either. What about you? It's better than tread. Why not? Announcer says, Bing Pa! Now it's the time to end broadcasting. Pangla, now it's the time to end broadcasting. You must have been working hard. Have you caught many pets? Welcome to play next time. Whoop. Time to go back in. Also, I just noticed that they say $500 with the $sign at different ends of the number in those two text boxes. They put it before the 5 and then after the second 0, which is kind of funny. Bup, 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 bup. I don't know why they decided to make the Safari Zone music that forever. It's kind of sanity destroying. The whole Safari Zone experience is kind of sanity destroying, to be fair. Hold on, I have to double check to see if Kokoron is actually what I think it is. Because I'm thinking about it. Yes, I think so. Yes, it is. I was just doubting my own brain. That's fine. My own brain memory. Sleeps hours a day and has various super abilities even during snoring sleep. Oh, I guess this was a longer way around. That's fine. Oh, hey, Carla. Have I actually caught one of you before? I don't remember, but I'll never find out. Also, I guess I'll never get that item. I hope I get a lightning machine. Dodol is here. The Safari Zone, even with the boosted catch rate, works exactly the same as always. I see. I guess that's fine. Oh. I guess there's a detoxicate cure in that statue. That's cool, I guess. I'm gonna throw it on the ground immediately, because I don't need that. And I have no inventory space. Oh, do you come? This is in the interest. Holding a poster activity about hunting and traveling is a good thing. But nobody comes. I'm losing feel whatever I do. Ah, congratulations. The prize is yours. Green received Secret Machine 03 from the clerk. The Secret Machine 03 is riding wave. Even it can ride on pet marching on the water. And this machine is a type of both to use and to save energy. You are very lucky to get so precious a gift. Surf is just called Surf. Time to teach Surf to Zapdos for some reason. We only need one lightning move, so it's time to gamble with Thunder. And by lightning, I mean electric. Zapdos having high special should make Surf pretty good for Zapdos, I would think. I don't know if you can forcefully exit the Safari Zone early in this version, so it might just be time to run in circles for a while. Or rather, run in squares, I suppose. Ping pa! That's true. The home of the head of hunting area. I have teeth. A lot of people have teeth, I guess, but that's not what I meant. The head of yard has fetched gold teeth from green. Put the teeth back the mouth with Hurley. Put the teeth back the mouth Hurley. I added a with. The head of yard says, I'm sorry, you really help much. Whatever I say and whoever I talk to can't express my feelings now. I'm too embarrassed to go to office. Oh yes, dear boy, thanks. Give you this to show my thanks. Green received Secret Machine 04 from the head of yard. Secret Machine N, it is strange force. Pet becomes a man with great strength. He always pushes rock when no fighting. Oh, I see. Additionally, there have found a secret machine in hunt and travel area. The riding on wave, which is difficult to get. Okay, actually, I did just learn, like, Strange Force. I did just learn Crush on Woodra, but I'm going to replace it with Strange Force because you have to have HM. And also, it doesn't matter that much. Maybe move it by a strange force. Woodra produced force. Thanks for the strange force of Woodra. The rock can be moved slightly. Too much portable luggage. Well. Just gonna throw this away. Crush is not a good move, but it's Body Slam. Green, having found regain cure. Okay. I don't remember what that's supposed to be. Probably a rare candy, and I haven't seen one of those. No, it's Body Slam. Cause it was in a TM, and I checked the TM list. I forgot that you're the one who can fly. Time to deposit things in the PC. I forget what that even is. Skill Machine 6. Toxic. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. 21 is Mega Drain. Ha. That's Blizzard. And then I don't need these. I probably have what'll end up being the final party at this rate, so don't need to really worry about shuffling secret machines around too much. Oh, this is a dangerous way to go to Saffron from, because there's a person who kills the game here. This is where the game-crashing cat girl lives. Maybe here? This is probably fine. Where? That looks a tasty drink. Why? Give me, thanks. Hey, go through if you want to go to Carry a City. Give some soft drink to the guard of the opposite door. Now it's yellow. The secret to being a game-crashing cat girl is that you can do that if you want to, regardless of circumstances. If Silph commercial firm is captured, sell it to the world pet. Earn many, many money. Technically, I'm also a game-crashing cat girl because, I'm cat and game has crashed.
Meow pushes over the game cartridge.
Callie, no! Good thing there's no game cartridge because this is evil, illegal emulation. Ha ha ha! It's fine. The growth speed of different types of pet looks not the same. Ah, it's so good to exile missile if Pet the Buddha's 4 warrior attendants come here. Whoever knows Silph Commercial Society, just because of its fame, it has a danger to be got by others. A cheap bulletin. New product Super Ball is more effective than Monster Ball to accurately seize pet. Try to use this to seize the not easily captured pet. That makes sense. Do any evil deed with a joy. It is really very happy. Hill of Commercial Society, General Headquarters. Isn't there supposed to be a guy like sleeping in front of this, or is that... Oh. You weren't there a second ago. Take a nap. Good, it is napping. A cheap bulletin board. It can cure diseases, drowsy, poison, burn, and frostbite. It can cure every disease. Though it is slightly expensive, it is cheaper than separately buying alternative of refresh, antidote, and so on. Oh, how painful! You are skunk! You are blind, aren't you? Which way you are going on? The vigor piece is very expensive, but it is very useful for the pet that can't fight. Oh yeah, I didn't even think about that. Don't let weak pet close the gold paint. It is said that the gold paint is better than the silver paint. Uh-huh.
It is always good for napping.
True. Maybe sometime I should complete that Pokemon Sapphire bootleg I started. I wonder if there's any hidden gems in there. That's not a pun because of Sapphire, oh no, that was an accident. Carry a city pet, Jim, the head is Narshimi, Supergirl. That's neat. Hi! If you agree against us, I would give you a hard time. Good to know. Grapple forum. That's all it said. The boss said this town would belong to Missile. Here is Caria City. Caria is golden, a Flash color. But Flash is dead. What about? Little boy, go away. Forgot they barricaded the Mimic's house. It's very rude of them. Well, we can go to the Grapple Forum. A wrestling forum. Morning! Here is a wrestle competition on Practice Arena. Karateka has made a challenge. Ah, it's the Russell Bird. Everyone knows it. Oh no, my rock collapse missed. Oh, Mew is here. Well, alright then. That's fine. It's the Wrestle Mew. They do have heavy boxing, so I guess that's not, like, completely out of place. You know, you're right. That is a very hamster of a sprite, I would say. I'm looking at hamster. You're 100% correct. A direct comparison is, yeah, that's pretty close, actually. I didn't even think of that before. That's pretty good. I can't tell the difference between these two pictures. Clerk. Oh, I should have switched for that one. Oh yeah, what does Surf look like again? Right, the classic animation. Surfing Zapdos is exactly the same as Surfing Pikachu, so it's fine. It makes sense. I'm compelled admiration. This is a practice arena where all wrestlers through the country are called together. Morning! Morning! Your level looks not bad. I'll not stand on ceremony. I guess that's basically what the first one said when they lost, yeah. Thunder. And Morph. That's, I think I know what Pokemon that is. Yes, I was correct. Venomoth. It took me a second to remember the name of Morphmoth, the Pokemon, or whatever is happening. Morning, good skill. The master is a wrestling superhuman. Be mentally prepared if you want to challenge him. Something hard isn't terrific. Exercise to break rock to pieces by your fist each day. I have to keep switching to Thund. Angry uses the Raise power. I forgot they used items in these fights. Oh well. Morning! What the wrestler terrified is only some super ability. Morning! Morning, you fellow! Is the exercise taking yard defeated? I love how they all say morning. This Jigglypuff is gonna get so buff. Except Jigglypuff evolves from Igglybuff, so maybe not. Who can say, really? Soft G. Oh, I don't think we'd seen the Poliwhirl sprite yet. We'd only seen Poliwag and Poliwrath. That's pretty good. I'm being slapped. Mabi. Forget what that was. Ah, I've chosen poorly. Except I don't think Gen 1 Voltorb has electric attacks that it can really use. So, you know, whatever, actually. Good night, Rika. Oh, right, you can self-explode. God, that flashes the screen a lot. Not as bad as 10 million volt, but still. Good night, Rika. Thanks for stopping by. Admired. Feel at ease. Put it off until some time later when you defeat your master. Even you win me, it's nothing terrific. Morning, I'm a wrestler and exemplary master of the empty-handed judo and exercise yard. I've defeated all the opponents. Then please don't stand on ceremony. Let's start. Judo Slowpoke. Very powerful. No, not the bundle. No, my sword skill. I wasn't using that. Another? Wait, the Karate Master just got 2 Slowpokes and that's it? That's pretty good. Does that mean that both of the Pokeballs back here are Slowpoke, or is that a separate randomized thing? I hope they're both Slowpoke. That'd be really funny. Ah, defeated! Yeah, I haven't. I'm really lost, but the sign of exercise yard, only this. Don't take it away. Give you my precious wrestle pet as a compensation. How about you? Choose one you like best. Oh, that's not a Slowpoke at all. Is a mower to cut off the opponent by its saliva, which is vomited from the mouth to dissolve everything. Morning, kick skill monster. To occupy the damp, low-lying land? No. Or Snorlax. Huh. That's pretty perfect then. Morning, sing Coloratura. To use shrimp shell? Shrimp shell? Shrimp shell? Yes. Green got Carby. Not to bring, so to any pet. Transfer Carby to the case PC. Oh, that's pretty good. Extremely fast Slowpoke, huh? That does sound familiar. I might have seen something about that at some point. I've seen almost every Pokemon, it turns out. Carby, sleepy. We'll never drop the idea if no eating 400 kilograms of food a day, but goes to sleep once he's finishing eating. R tilde square USNS. Don't be too greedy. Morning, how about you? Can we exercise the empty-handed judo here, by the way? Well, time for Silphco, I guess. But I keep thinking the bird is the Pokemon that can fly, foolishly. This is faster than trying to find where the Pokemon Center is, because I don't remember. It was probably like 2 feet to my left, but whatever. Exactly. Actually, now that you've said that, I'm curious about something.
R tilde US.
I see. Thank you, Callie. Well, time to get lost in this building. Actually, what's the sign say? Hillif Commercial Society, General Headquarters. That's what we're gonna get. That's the building we're gonna get lost in. I don't remember if there's any danger of the game crashing in here somewhere. Hi, the boy there! Don't loaf there!
I never get lost. I am equipped with GPS.
I could get lost even with GPS. Easily, in fact. This is my power. Reminder again that Pokemon Green Venusaur is extremely flat, and it's not even Friday. I could have more than one power. Eh. Well, thank you, though. I have the power to draw my form that is currently on screen. I have the power to do that. I have the power to do this, which is normal. I have all sorts of powers. Flat Flow Monday, that's correct. I just used all my powers for free. Happy Monday, everybody. Not only am I... Oh wait, I forgot one. This isn't one that anyone can redeem, but it does exist. I don't know if I should make that a redeem or not, considering how short it lasts. Every time I make a redeem, I have to edit the picture that shows the list of channel point redeems on it. As far as my unimaginable power goes, there are like 5 empty spaces on my stream deck. Oh, that is a power. Nobody has redeemed Kazoo Time in a while. Maybe I should make it cheaper. Let's see. I feel like I need to practice the kazoo more. I don't know what that was. Calico is very important. So I appreciate spending points on Callie. I think that's probably enough kazoo time for one redeem. Probably. Just gotta think about Outer Wilds sometimes. Here, children are forbidden! Thought I already fought you. My brain just completely forgot that I went past you. Outer Wilds is a good video game. Oh, it's Mewtwo. That might kill me. Seidan doesn't have a lot of special. Also, it was a critical hit. Thanks. I can't believe Seidan is dying. Well, that's just the way it goes sometimes. Suplex! Go! It was not worth it. But I'm gonna do it again. Suplex 2! If a Mewtwo is fighting another Mewtwo, you probably don't expect one of them to suplex the other one. I know Smash Bros has throws, but they're not suplexes. Oh, I should teach Surf to Lapras, because that would make sense. I can have Surf on multiple Pokemon. I'll replace Suspect Flame. No, I'll replace Flowers Blooms with it or something. Wonderful. The rhombus floor was designed as woody plate transferred by electricity. A moving means in the high-tech building. Sorry, what? Oh, the rhombus floor, the teleports, because they have a square shape on them. Oh, right, I deposited Surf. I need to go get that again. I always like the music in this dungeon as well. Yeah, I guess one of the mega evolutions of Mewtwo is Suplex. That's what the X stands for in Mewtwo X. It's the X at the end of Suplex, you see. I have to remember which... Okay, Surf is 3. That makes sense. That's not the right PC. All right, Fossil of Crust is in there. That would be very silly to see Mewtwo X with that sort of outfit. Anyone else need Surf? Like, what do you have? Surf is probably technically better than Crabhammer. Or at least more reliable. But crits are really good in Gen 1, I think, for some reason, so maybe not. I don't remember the specific details of how that is the case. I'm sure someone can inform me or correct me if they choose to. Meanwhile, as described earlier, I am just thinking about Cassette Beast somewhere in the back of my mind. Here, no entering, go back, please. Research worker has made a challenge. The animation and sound effect of Rock Slide in Gen 1 is truly the weirdest animation in the game. Oh hey, 420 in experience value. 420 experience from defeating a Pokemon with mushrooms on it. Wow, that's an observation that I've just made that may or may not mean anything. Here's a funny snake though.
Hee, the funny number happened in a thematically appropriate way. What a good joke, goof, and/or comedy moment.
I know, right? In the building it is complex. Is it good for you? Remember in Pokemon Omega Ruby when they explained how teleporter panels worked for no reason? I've just remembered that again. How bored it is, having been done as desirable as they are. I will remember that every time I see a teleporter panel, and I will ask if anyone else remembers it every time I see a teleporter panel, and then I will forget it promptly later. Anais. I don't remember who that was. Right. I was guessing Arbok for some reason, but I think they're just Cobra. Well, that works for me. Huh? Lost? What is your feeling about Hill of building like a labyrinth? I think it kinda sucks. I feel like a building should be easy to navigate. I also kind of forgot the explanation for the panels. I just remembered that they were explained. Glass pane R, glass pane exclamation point, percentage dash piece of a brick or something and dash piece of a rock or something ERDQVER exclamation point. That's the explanation, clearly. I actually just don't remember. The Hillof is occupied. Is defeated? That could be the case. Maybe. I'm just one of the 4 missile brothers. I forgot about the missile brothers. The Nidoran sprite, if you look at it in a certain way, kind of looks like he's eaten a little leaf or something. Like a bunny having a lettuce. But I think that's probably supposed to be like the lower part of the face and like little fangs. I prefer my interpretation. Bobo, that's just Pidgey. Brother, lost! I should be saving after each fight just in case, honestly. Yes, of course. Brother may revenge for me. I don't really remember like the proper path through this area, but I'll figure it out eventually, I'm sure. Just by stumbling around. Don't welcome ones who trouble us. Lapras does have like a horn, so I guess Drill Peck works in that sense. Lapras has that due to evolving from Doduo in this randomized run, of course. Hello, Nidoqueen. Farewell, Nidoqueen. Hello, Meowth. I love how symmetrical the Meowth sprite is in Pokemon Green. Oh no. Oh no? What a mess! Then, hint, using a card can open the locked door. I'm a clerk in Hill of Commercial Society. One number sign E-dash. Note to self, if I ever need to have like a robotic character with a little dialogue quirk, they should say things like a number sign E dash or whatever at random intervals. Well, like at the end of statements, I mean. Not all statements, but occasionally. That was Fissure, it would seem. Earth Rift were recorded in. Whoa. I don't think we saw that Fissure was called Earth Rift, but surely we did, because surely I did see this before in the original playthrough over a decade ago, because Giovanni gives you this TM, so I'd have to have seen it. Sure, why not? Remember Earth Rifts. I definitely had to have seen that, but I didn't remember how cool it sounded. Earthrift is probably also a free-to-play MMORPG. Actually, I think that's just Rift. I think I tried that once. I don't understand the rhombus panel. That one just goes there. That's silly. Finding a suspect. Perhaps the rhombus panel is not meant to be understood by a mortal mind. Is a ghost mortal? I think a ghost is sort of like unmortal. That doesn't mean I have to understand everything. You know, unmortal. That's what they call it. Post-mortal. I guess you could call it that. What are you? I'm Ghost, ha 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 ha. Don't contact with the boss on the 10th floor? Okay. I'm sure I won't do that. Cool table. The Hill of Commercial Society was occupied by missile. It sure was. I've noticed. Oh no, a circle. I'm lucky that Ultrasonic missed twice. That would have been annoying. Line on. Ah, that's you, I forgot. Aha! 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 Ha ha! The boss aimed at it before! Frightened. Pet is my loyal subordinate. You can't think of Pokemon that way. They're friends. Therefore, you must be destroyed in the name of friendship. If you'd watched any episode of the show, you would know this about Pokemon. Probably. There's probably at least one episode where that has nothing to do with anything. Skunk, how merciless the pet bloke is. Green, the pet bloke, I see. All of the door were installed electric locks in the building. You cannot open the door without a card key. Hi, you bloke. We've been tailed by Missile, who was dispatched by the branch secretary of Bonia Shevkokas. I'm sorry, the what now? The secretary of Bonia Shevkokas? The what? The who? The who? The what? The where? Whomst? Well, that's fine, probably. Just immediately exploding, huh? I guess I should expect that of Malum. Seems like delegating red. That was you, right? Okay. Wait, I have a flute for this. Green, have a try to sound the whistle of pet. Oh. Green, have a try to sound the whistle of pet. I thought you were going to use kiss again. God dang it. This game sometimes. Healing. Dang it! Green, have a try to sound the whistle of pet. If I get paralyzed again, I'll make a funny sound. Okay, I didn't. I can't make any funny sounds. No funny sounds are allowed here. Oh wait, Cobra is Kingler, not Arbok. How could I forget that? It's fine though. Oh no, the flashlight is closed. I was going to use that to look at something in the dark, I guess? I guess that's what you do with the flashlight. School area! What are you on about? The branch secretary of Bonia Shevkokas. Ah, that's in the land of Soviet Union. What are you talking about? Does Gen 1 Pokemon refer to the Soviet Union at this part? Sure, in the localized form, surely not. In the original Japanese, I would have no idea. I guess the Soviet Union exists in Pokemon then. You have betrayed Missile. Don't think all is ended. I don't think they're saying that... I don't think they're referring to Giovanni, but they could be? If anyone has the very specific knowledge of what that specific scientist in the Silphco says, then... that could be helpful knowledge. Drill! Yeah, that's fair. Traitor! No betraying? You'll be our traitor if you are a friend of the Justice. I am a friend of the Justice. Grunts with missing fingers? I don't know what you're talking about. Plus F semicolon percentage K block 5 minus J block L block right bracket R triangle Mario pipe R BX delta CY VW HWIZ apostrophe tilde glass panel left bracket SE. I see. I didn't know that. Missile dreams to seek hegemony. All the worldly, the means of pet. All the world by the means of pet. We're learning so much today. What does hegemony mean again? Leadership or dominance, especially by one country or social group over others. Okay. Those fellows suddenly rushed out and occupied the building. Shaking, shivering, my God, my Christ, save me! I was caught off guard by Jesus again. As always. The one nearby is just a man. It's really lose face. Only am I the one of the 4 Missile brothers.
Shaking and shivering. My God, my Christ, save me.
My Christ. That's a good way to read that. Here's a dog. My dog, save me. That's good to think about. Lost! If I remember correctly, the dialogue of one of these two, I think this NPC in the bootleg of Leaf Green is something that I interpreted as them being a closeted trans man. I could probably find it if I look for it. I have a billion pictures of the Leaf Green bootleg, so... let me see if I can find it there. Oh right, the islands exist. There it is. Best of luck to them, I say. Also, good news. Because this also was this is what the NPC next to them said. After silphco. Congratulations, you two, I think. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that NPC. Save me! I'm a clerk of Hillofcom. Why are you fighting me then? Ivysaur is also flat, confirmed. Flat Fushi Monday. Ghost? That's true. I didn't think about that. Well, I mean, I didn't know exactly the original names. But I forgot they were, I also forgot they were similar. I'm a clerk of Hillofcom. Great. Why'd you fight me? Panic, I guess? Oh, the door were installed electric locks in the building. Oh wait, I already talked to you before. And you as well. No problem. My younger brother will revenge for me. I'm just one of the 4 missile brothers. What if it was time to utterly destroy and end this Jigglypuff's existence? Earth Rift, but the attack of the pet hasn't hit home. Sadon's Earth Rift. Earth Rift. Earth Rift. I guess it's probably not gonna work. Oh no, my sharp teeth. Earth Rift. Yay! R-A apostrophe slash exclamation point, that's weird, W-K delta left square bracket B exclamation point. The enemy's putty falls down. Completely obliterated from this realm. Brother, I've lost! Good. My elder brother may revenge for me. Oh, having found mice! Mice are pretty good. Oh, hello. Mice are cute. However, have you considered that rats are underrated? Ah! I never think about ice properly. Coffee. Who are you again? Right. Lizar. I know that one. Hey, we haven't seen Cedra yet today. I could teach you Surf as well. Oh, right. You were Machoke. I forgot this. I should teach you Surf. It's the other Flow. Consulting the picture, please. What picture are you consulting, I wonder? You are too slow to arrive at the bosses. Sasa, a sound. Do you think he's a clerk of the Hill of Commercial Society? I'd say there's a good chance of that. Da-da-da-da-da-da. I don't know why the Mario theme is my pun signifier. I think my brain got scrambled for a second there. That's fine. That happens often. My brain is always a little bit scrambled, actually. Anyway. Destruction. Back to this flower. Flower. Flower is, I guess, probably how you would say that, because it's like flower, but without the R. There isn't any pet. I've seen a lot of them today. I don't know what you're talking about. Though he only is boy, exactly is a dab. I'm sorry? You said the word. I found a Super Bowl. I see blue up there. I feel like I need a screenshot of that text box actually. Hold on. There we go. I see. Okay. Huh? Boo? Oh, is this a Snorlax type of— I'll call my partners if you don't come back quickly. That was a Snorlax type situation. Bootleg leaf green Snorlax type situation. But without having to hold fast forward.
Behold my special move. I will not let it be your turn.
Oh no. That's what I have to say to that. We're just getting all the funny buttons and powers today without cost, I guess. Seidan, remember Wagtail again. No, thank you. It has ended for me not to have remembered Wagtail. I don't know why, but I feel like I'm extra tired today suddenly. It must be the riveting action of Gen 1 Pokemon lulling me to sleep or something. It's probably not actually anything related to the video game. And I like Gen 1 Pokemon. I just like to say words arbitrarily that I don't know why I'm saying them. Here's nature. I'm running out of motif, but I think there's a rest point soon. It's only been an hour and 41 minutes and 4 seconds of recording. There isn't any pet. I should— oh. Wait. Hello? Why did my time explode 100 hours into the future and glitched? I'm concerned by this. Wait. I'll call my partners if you don't come back quickly. What? What's happening? This definitely didn't happen in the original playthrough, I think.
Behold my unlimited power. Bites the dust.
That's JoJo's, I think. I guess that could be the case. I need to make sure to move after this fight if I'm allowed to. I don't remember what Bites the Dust does. There isn't any pet. Move! Okay. Well, I guess I'll save even though the time is that number. I'll call my partners if you don't come back quickly. Oh, you say that normal after fight too? Oh, right. I vaguely remember that. Also, the song and short of it is a slightly amusing typo. Can I rest here? No. It's a different room. Well, we've entered a time vortex by mistake. I'm sure it'll be fine though. I was just saying the stream had only been an hour and 44 minutes or whatever. Well, that was when I said that. I said it a second ago with a different number, because that's how time works normally, in the linear fashion. But I guess it's actually been like a million years because of whatever happened. And by a million years, I mean like like a week. Because of that one Team Rocket member, this stream has been happening for like a week now. Oh, I fought you. Wait, no, I didn't fight you. Yes, of course, brother, may revenge for me. Is the entire game collapsing inward on itself? Because you just said your defeat line and then fought me again after I spoke to you, and then you like did the exclamation point and I might have fought you already. Uh-oh. I think the game's world is collapsing. I don't know if I've reset every fight. I don't know what's happened. I feel like I've definitely fought this set of pocket monsters before. Right? Probably. Is this the one where I was like, oh, we haven't seen Polyworld before? There isn't any pet. Also, everyone is saying that when I don't think that's their line. That's not what you're supposed to say, right? I'm just one of the 4 Missile Brothers. Help! What's happening? Wait. Do you have this? For a second, I thought you had a different amount of Pokemon, too. But I don't think so. The 4 or more or fewer Missile Brothers, yeah, that's what it seems like. Okay, this is the same fight. Brother lost. See, that's the correct dialogue. Yes, of course. Brother may revenge for me. What? Okay. So... what is your feeling about Hill of building like a labyrinth? How bored it is, having been done as desirable as they are. Okay, so talking to anybody after the fight will now make them fight me again. And I don't know why that is, because that's not supposed to happen, of course. And I also don't know where I am anymore. And you are also a fight again. Missile and the Hill of Commercial Society is cooperating. Oh, but you didn't fight me. I've been over here, I think, right? The rhombus floor was designed, yeah. Oh, and you fight me. It's not only that floor. I've activated hell mode. Don't welcome ones who trouble us. Wait, I fought you before and I didn't... No, I did fight you before and I didn't speak to you again, but you're fighting me again anyway. So actually everything is just arbitrary. We're assuming I'll get to Giovanni, because I don't remember how to... The game is falling apart is what's happening. Yeah, I've definitely had this fight before. I could go to a gym leader and see if I can fight them again now, if I wanted to. I don't remember how to properly navigate this company office, but... What a mess, indeed. I know, right? Okay, so, does anyone just have silph memorized so I can escape the hell dimension? I think I need to find the key card on like a lower hallway. It's like somewhere. Actually, it might be around here. Don't resist against Missile, it's really for your safe. I didn't fight you before and you're not fighting me. Now you're fighting me. Just now there was a report that there was a boy loafing here. I got the... Something... I think that one Team Rocket who had the big blank, like, text box that made a bump sound and then eventually carried on into the dialogue has messed up, like, a vital flag to the game's existence or something. And probably many years ago, I assumed that that was just a game crash and reloaded. That bump was the sound of the Team Rocket member kicking the code and causing it to implode. Falling suddenly or getting a surprise. Yeah. And like, look at the time flag as well. Or the time, when I started, this was like at a much lower number, and also there wasn't a glitch in the time number thing. Oh. Just now there was a report. Don't save in front of a fight. Help. The only way to actually avoid this now would be to reload an earlier save state and then do everything after that save state again, or to start the game over, is what I'm thinking is happening. Unless restarting the game fixes it, which it might, but I don't know if it will. Falling suddenly or getting a surprise. Run away! I think this is the card key? Yeah, green having found card key. Okay, we're good. I'm frightened by hostile mode, frankly. Because I don't know how much fall apart game doing. This is a fact. As long as you attack his weakness, it won't win. I don't know whether the type is the same as that. I'm probably going to end up missing some dialogue in here out of something. Yeah, missing no is like the entire game now, I guess. It's missing no time. Minutes have become meaningless. The world is repeating itself. Oh, Mew is here. Again. Hamster. You've fallen into my— oh no, I fell into my own trap! I've activated my own trap card. Falling suddenly or getting a surprise. Why are you saying that now? This is a fact. As long as you attack his weakness, it won't win. I'm scared. Oh wait, we need to open a door. Jingling! Decode the lock by a card key. I'm gonna leave. I'm just gonna go. I expected the elevator to like just suddenly start going endlessly and never reach the first floor. I'm expecting this to become a creepypasta at any moment. Take a nap. Good, it is napping. Well, okay, I don't get fought by people who don't have a fight, at least. Imagine if I did, though. I was just gonna go to the wrestle place. Since we're here. That's basically a gym. This is a practice area where all wrestlers through the country are called together. Morning. Time is now a box. It could be only in silph. Time is now 150 box 2. What does that mean? It could also be that the Poké Center reset it or something random. It's still happening, but only here. Maybe I have to talk to people repeatedly. Did you have Mewtwo before? I don't remember you leading with Mewtwo. Okay. This is the curse of my memory, being poor. It also just makes this whole situation more concerning. I mean, I thought someone had a Mewtwo like in the middle of their team, not at the start of their team. Wonderful. I'm just gonna leave. This is... I don't remember the exact correct path, but it's probably not this. Time is now gravel 2. Like, I need to get in there, but I forget where the entrance to this part is. People are not fighting me unless provoked as well. Tell you firstly, the boss is exactly strong. Anyhow, be careful. How about you? What's the matter? You want to meet the boss? Yeah, see, that's not the right order, obviously. I'm pretty sure that nothing of this nature happened in the original playthrough that I did. Thanks for having a team that's weak to Drill Peck, I guess. And then Articuno. Ah, defeated. Yeah, you can't get there from here. But people aren't fighting me? So I guess that's good? What's skill machine for? Whirlwind. That's not helpful at all. I thought I deposited the water stones. You are praiseworthy to have come here, but the room of the head of the society is on the upper floor. You are praiseworthy to have come here, but the room of the head of the society is on the upper floor. You are praiseworthy to have come here, but the room of the head of the society is on the upper floor. That repeated over and over at the end of a journal you find in an Elder Scrolls game. Ah, defeated. You are praiseworthy. No, I'm not. Not for that reason, at least. Then... Silph is concerning. I was trying to deflect from... That was just like an instinctive response to that being said again. I don't know. Ah! My brain is also breaking. And the no, I'm not for that. Not for that at least was trying to like save against. I don't know. I don't know how to speak or think. I'm just ghost on the internet. I play video game fall over. Well. You should be satisfied for having defeated me, then don't go back, please. Then... Well, I'm glad. I truly have been thrown off entirely by the game's shenanigans, in case you can't tell. Much help, thanks.
Then.
Wait, then... Hello? Aren't I supposed to be able to rest here? But this NPC is just saying much help, thanks. If you missed it, hello and welcome. But if you missed it, the game has entirely fallen over. Or at least silph has, because there was a Team Rocket guy who said a big blank text box, and then like seconds of nothing, and then the sound of bumping into a wall. And now everyone's flags for the order in which they say their lines is messed up. So they tell me what they say when they're defeated, and then they challenge me to a fight and say their introductory line. Sometimes they have the wrong victory text box. And I don't think any of this happened the first time I played this over a decade ago. And also, the time went from like a 2-digit number to 150 hours and a glitched character too. And I'm pretty sure that this NPC here that's supposed to let me rest is now just saying the line that happens after you recover after you're healed. Yeah, exactly. He just went. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this NPC is supposed to be like, you're allowed to rest here. And then this is the line she would say after resting. But all of the NPCs in this building have broken, so she's not letting me rest. I think. At least the doors work. But yeah, see, like, I haven't fought this Team Rocket member over here. So if I talk to them, if you can foster pet from from your old ages now, I can do too. And then suddenly fight. If you can foster pet from your old ages now, I can do too. Which may or may not be the right line. Some people were getting their lines shuffled up as well to have the lines of other characters. It seems to be entirely localized within silphco, though. It's very confusing. Right, Arbor is what Arbok is called. Cobra is Kingler. Arbor is Arbok. It's very weird. I thought the empty text box was just another leaf green Snorlax situation where there was a year of no dialogue and then like it did actually complete eventually. But it's much worse than this. That's also a great question. Maybe we should find out. That's what save states are for, maybe. Well. But yeah, see, that was the dialogue somebody else had. Oh, since I paused. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm gonna save state. Please turn to face me for a second. Now, if I save here... Oh, that didn't make you fight me again. That made other people fight me again. If you can foster pet from your old ages now, I can do too. Wait, but now you're behaving mostly normal. But if I load the save state before I saved, are you still... Yes, okay. Well. I'm over here now. Green having found curious sugar. That's for a candy. We finally found one. I think that's for a candy. The level of Misu has become 37. No fanfare. I'm scared to reload the entire game. What? The colleagues of Missile can do anything as they like. Let's study pet. They've said so. Okay, you're not a combat guy. Oh, this is... Hey, wait! Blue? Gary? Rival? Hello, sir? Hello? It's infected him. That's interesting. Are you gonna give me a Lapras, like, immediately? As if the world was saved or something? Ah, is a man. It isn't Missile. Is it you who come to help me? Ah, thanks, right. You've helped me give you this pet. Not to bring so many pet, the case is full. Transfer is out of the question. Go to the center pet and exchange the case. They actually are trying to give me Lapras. That's only supposed to happen after silphco, right? Red says, I'm waiting you, Green! Yeah? And? Okay, rival fight skipped. I guess. You know, actually I should... Yeah. Okay, so if I reset the game after having saved... I've save stated before doing so. I'm waiting, you Green. No, everything is still busted. Well, I guess we're not fighting blue then. What if Giovanni doesn't work? What if the game is just over? Well, okay, hold on. Now if I... Oh wait, I saved state over here. That's fine. That'll work for this purposes. I'll just get the curious sugar again. Wait. Why did it work now? I'm waiting, you green. What's happening? Okay, so the save state is in a position to correctly work. But wait, no. That probably means that since I just reloaded after saving the state, I'll have a different save. Yeah, now I'm over here, so that's no good, actually. I guess I'll have to do the fight now. Also, wait. The time... Okay, it's a different glitched character, but it's still a glitched character. So I think resetting did something, maybe? Except no, then I loaded the... I'm so confused. I don't remember the state of the world any longer. Oh wait. Okay, now it's broken again. Huh? Okay, so... State 1... No, wait. Over here first. State 1, 2, 3. Saved, just to make sure. Save the game. Reset. Yeah, me neither. I'm actually starting to develop a very strange theory, but I don't know how I would test it. Also note that the time there says a blank and then the 2. Okay, so I loaded the state, or loaded the save. This is not working. Before I do anything else, I want to see if Giovanni... Okay, you're functioning. Hey, hey, wait a movement! Don't go ahead, I've said to you, but... Here's my wacky theory. My wacky theory is that the glitched character in the minutes digit of the time, depending on what that character is, it's messing with the memory in a different way. So I think part of the corrupted game code or whatever has attached to the time, perhaps, and like that's fluctuating because it's also still tied to the timer. So like the memory has been shuffled around in such a way that the timer is now messing with the flags. Or like the flags are in the timer. Or something like that. That's my wacky theory for I don't know. Because I know that Gen 1 Pokemon's coding is all over the place, and like stuff just sort of gets shuffled into other parts of the code by accident in other glitches. Something like that, yeah. Also, like, I don't think the time has changed from... I don't think the last digit of the timer has changed from 2. I think it's always been a weird character and then 2. And only the weird character is changing into a different glitched character. I think. It won't do. Okay, I'll save state 3 and 4 here. Really? You'll meet the boss? Okay, if I fought you, what happens if I go back? You're still here. I'm waiting you, Green. Okay. And yeah, it still says glitch 2. If only I had fast forward on my controller, which I unbound specifically so I wasn't tempted to press it. Ah, are you Green? We meet again. I'm having a talk with the head of silph Society about working matters. I wish you shut your mouth in the adult world. I'll give you a guard time if you don't do as I said. I need to remember to say that to people. I wish you shut your mouth in the adult world. Anyway, I guess we're fighting Giovanni correctly at this time. So that's good, I guess. Hello, Tam. You've missed the game falling apart. I will explain again. There was a Team Rocket member in this area of Silphco that their before battle message was a blank text box, like a bunch of seconds of silence and then a bumping against a wall sound. And at first I thought that was a Leaf Green Snorlax situation where there was just accidentally a really long space of nothing before the game would continue as normal. But after that encounter, the game timer jumped up from whatever it was before to 150 hours glitch character 2. And people's dialogue is all out of order. So like I'd walk up to someone, they wouldn't fight me. I would talk to them, they would give their post-fight dialogue. Then the exclamation point would appear because they'd seen me, and they'd give their pre-fight dialogue, and then they'd fight me. And then after that, there was a chance that they would want to fight me again if I either saved the game or talked to them again. It seems to be localized within Silphco. Because of this, the NPC that heals you just says like, just skips the part where they let you heal and says the dialogue that happens after the healing. And also Gary doesn't walk up to me and try to fight me, except for one time when he did, when I was trying various iterations of loading, and I have no idea what's happening and I'm afraid. But Giovanni works. So we're fighting Giovanni now. And I think like some people had the wrong like post-fight dialogue. Like they were using other characters. Wow, I just missed Thunder like 50 times in a row. Cool, thanks. They were using like the other people's dialogue by mistake in some instances. Oh no, my crab hammer. That means that this is gonna be annoying to navigate. So yeah, I really don't know what's happening exactly. I hope I explained it adequately. We're all confused. It definitely didn't happen when I played this over a decade ago. I'm not sure what else to expect. Like, will defeating Giovanni properly work? Will something else weird happen? Will anything weird happen outside of this building? There's truly no way to know for sure. I don't remember Giovanni using guard equipment. Whatever that's the equivalent to. Or rather, whatever that actually is, because I forgot already. Guard spec? Whatever that does. Just this, I even lose. Skunk? No any better method. We'd better abandon the Hillough, but our missile is immortal. Green! Don't forget all that the pet for existing for missile. Then let me withdraw. Okay. Well, you're gone. That's correct. That secret can't be bought anywhere. Trial products omnipotent ball. Pet will certainly be caught after being thrown out. Quietly use to have a look. That's the dialogue after you give me the master ball, and you're skipping the part where you give me the master ball to say that. Okay. That's fine because we have one already. Because we found them on the ground because this is Randomizer. I'm so appreciated for your help. As a head of the society, my heart is full of indebtedness. Oh, we can just access PC here. That's helpful. Consign... I don't know, say it in. Uh-oh. There was a glitch graphic when I deposited someone. That's not good. That worries me. Blue is still here. I'm waiting, you Green. Ah, as a man, it isn't missile. You, is it who come to help me? Ah, thanks, right. You've helped me give you this pet. Green got bag. Okay. This fellow is Labulas. He is a clever pet, but was fostered in Hillough Institute. It should be much better than here. If it were you, you can love and preserve him is good at swimming, so he can ride and walk on the wave. Cool. I guess we'll just leave Blue here forever. It really does kind of have that feel to it. Okay, there wasn't a weird glitch. Okay. Is that good? Is that... Ah! Right, I forgot that also I made my desktop icons giant by changing my facial expression. Is that good?
No.
Okay, save state 1 and 2. Bring pet. Uh-oh. Standard flying. Wait. Also, those ridiculous... Did this just transform into Missing No before our very eyes? Parrot, skill machine 03. Parrot, detoxicate cure. I'm concerned. I'm worried about my safety. What else do we got? Ah, reptile poison. Who's frozen? Skyrocket. Skill machine 15. Bundle. Transparent ray. None of this is right. This music is accurate to my mental state as it gradually accelerates. This is box 2. Slap, splash, thunder boxing, malicious teeth. I haven't seen like half of the moves that are showing up. Not just the ones that are called like Skill Machine 15, which I happen to know is like, I know there are like glitch moves that are called stuff like that, but I've never seen malicious teeth. What is that? Thunder boxing is presumably thunder punch. Oh no, they're just called teeth. Why are they called teeth now? I'm afraid. Don't become teeth. No, teeth again. Teeth, teeth, teeth. Oh, well, that's a normal face. With self-explode and color bunch. Teeth, teeth, load. Deplode. Ode, 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 ode. Oh, they're all becoming like the last section of a hunting ball. Ah, yes, the safari ball move that has 61 out of 35 PP. It's my favorite one. Now they're all gonna be ball, ball, all. That's almost saying trainer ball, which is like a creepypasta, more so than the other things. Where are you in the box? You're in my party. That sprite is anyway, but the stats sure aren't. Oh, you've got nothing. But you've got millions of experience points. That's fine. Okay. You have missile. Like, Team Rocket is under your command, I guess. Oh wait, I already looked at that one. Also, every time I cancel out of looking at one, it backs out of the entire box. I don't think I have a backup save, no. Oh, hello, hello, Mr. Mime with 9 attack power. Materials. Threatening. Uh-oh. I can't open the box anymore. Oh, I open the box now. Green Eye Thund Phonax XXX. Monster juice, monster juice, monster juice. Is that good? Is this fine? What if I change the box? You have to save to do that, huh? What if we go to box 1? Hey, box 1 is perfectly fine. I guess. So is box 2 just busted? Okay, box 2 is... Wait. So... When we deposited Seidan, it did show a corrupted symbol when I deposited Seidan to go get the Lapras, which was a bag. I think depositing Seidan destroyed the box. Right? That has to be what happened? Unless the box just destroyed itself for other reasons. And given the proximity of that name to something like Satan, that's amusing. It was a trap to visit by Seidan. Okay. If I hit release pet. I'm just trying to break the game more. I did it! Monster juice! Or Onster juice, I guess. I tried to release something and this happened. Is this fine? Is that good? Sponsored by Onster Energy. Oh, guess what? The emulator crashed.
To the stars. Shoot the medic first. I am really feeling it. All our books of pet.
All our books of pet, Callie! They really are! I'm dying. I can't believe you picked that line. I may have released some memory. That's possible. The Visual Boy Advance emulator is not responding. Well, maybe all the books of Pet were the friends we made along the way, or whatever. Hey, that save should be when the box changed, so that's fine. Define old VBA, because there's like 50 billion versions of VBA. We're here, I guess. I guess I deposited bags successfully, or was this before I... Where am I? When am I? We're here. Train. Okay, so that just kills the game. Trying to withdraw something directly from the hell box just crashes the entire game and console. But yeah, define, this is VBA re-recording version 23.2 SVN 284. That's what it says. Oh, you can't see anything. Sorry. That's because, hold on. Well, that's because every time a new instance of this opens, it doesn't remember it's the old instance. There we are. So we're here. We have 150:02. And we are in the corrupted box. Meaning we see this, and if I try to withdraw anything, the game immediately crashes. Unknown opcode. Well, it didn't crash the emulator for that one. So that's fun. If the game no longer functions, I'm willing to consider that a complete playthrough. We also might just be able to ignore Satan's Hell Pit. Maybe. I'm curious to see... Like, I'm pretty sure I picked up... Too much help, thanks. I'm waiting, Eugene. So I guess Satan is dead forever. So we lose our Earthquake TM. I guess that's fine. I should check other stuff. Like, this has the glitched character. How's my inventory doing? It's normal. How's my Pokédex doing? It seems to be normal. How are my existing pets doing? They seem to be normal. What about my items? PC. Normal. What do you think, Al-Qaeda? The recent completion about of the Illustrated Handbook Pet, Found Pet 148, Catch Pet 59. The evolution of Dr. Al-Qaeda, unknown opcode FC at 801A. Okay. So talking to Dr. Al-Qaeda kills the game as well, because he knows what we've done. And he will not allow us to continue living. So... Do you think there is a single... Wait. Hey, is the stream working? I just gotta welcome the chat room. Twitch stats. No, that's not it. I think the stream also cut out at some point. Hello? I got a welcome to chat room message and there was a green square. There's a square that's supposed to be green that was orange instead. Oh dear. Did it cut out when I checked? I checked what happened if I contacted Professor Oak and the game crashed from the Pokedex evaluation too, so I guess Al-Qaeda is trying to kill me. Do you think there is a single quote-unquote Pokemon in this box who will not immediately destroy the game if I withdraw them? Also, I think this is more than you're supposed to be able to have in a box. I think this is just going forever. It sure is. Oh, there's Bag. Yeah, oh. This is the funniest. Bag end. What do you mean something happened to the cancel button? At what point should I give up on trying to interact with this cursed computer? There was a Q in there. Okay, you can... The end button works. Oh yeah, missile. I love that one. Nope, okay. Oh, this has crashed the emulator again, specifically. Because that's definitely moving memory. Okay, the emulator's died. Yeah, since I've definitely moved out of bounds of the box itself at that point. Okay, let's get this capturing again. There we are, that time I remembered. Well, I guess it's time to not use box 2 ever again. It's funny that Bag was at the very end of the code, though. That's a great question. There shouldn't be anything in box 3. What? Say nothing, I've deposited here. What happened? Did you see the box of the PC at all? Because it's this now. It's chaos hell. Wait, there was a period in which I could like also like just interacting with one of those immediately crashes the game or emulator now. I'm not able to get the Master Ball because they just cut to the dialogue after that, but I already have one, so that's probably okay. Chat isn't showing up in stream. What? Why? Well, also the stream fell over for a second, so yeah. Okay, hold on. Connect. I don't think this is the same thing that... No, it's not. Hold on. My brain is fried, so this might take a second. Streaming tools, overlays. Okay, Stream Elements lost permission from Twitch, I think. And it still doesn't have it back. This is concerning. Because Twitch also sort of fell over for a second. This shows up in the overlay editor, but not on the stream. And this should be visible. There's nothing covering it. What happens if I redeem one of these? Does this work? The notification also doesn't show up. Well, wait, it showed up there? Why did it show up after? Okay, now that's working. It just meant the notification. I saw the uhhhh. But the chat bubbles aren't working. These are two separate things. So I mean, I guess that makes sense. Stream elements, authorize Twitch. Stream elements error executing flow when I try to add a Twitch channel, but I think that's on a different... I think that's something else. They were definitely working earlier. All systems operational according to stream elements. Oh, what? Now they work. What? I didn't do anything. Help. Well, hooray? I guess. Oh wait, that was the cancel button. I'm going to say that Seidan corrupted my entire computer. Because I think those boxes in this game corrupted when I deposited Seidan. Because there was a little corruption icon next to Green's PC or whatever. Well, okay. So box 1 is safe. I think. But there's nothing in here that I, like, care about, really. Let's just change to box 3. We're down a Pokemon now. So... Yeah, you're just telling me about what the Master Ball does, even though you didn't give it to me. And hey, to be clear, I was going to say to be fair, but I don't know if that's correct. Also, I'm waiting you, Green. We don't know that it's fine yet. Giovanni may have cleared out everybody that was here. It looks like there aren't people. But who knows what else is messed up, if anything. We might go outside the building and find that Team Rocket's still in front of the gym. Mr. Green really helped much under the pet's prey. Yeah, okay, sure. There's a bunch of, like, dialogue after Silphco that maybe I should look for, but also I don't know. Maybe I shouldn't stay in this building for any longer than is necessary. Welcome, the head of society is now in the director office on the 7th floor if you want to meet him. Like, you're the one I just talked to. I never went in here, I guess. Hooray, guard equipment. And sulfuric acid, my favorite. I think that's attack power? Yeah, it is. T Missile SS Riri? Sure. I guess. Not to say one word about my crying. Right, I didn't go in here at any point. Okay, time is going to be 150 garble 2 forever. Pet report. There are 4 kinds of pet promotion to have been identified by alternate cable. Pet report. Pet has more than 160 skills as far as we know. But you don't even know about skill machine 60 or whatever. 15. Pet report. A man-made ghost bully pet has come to birth successfully in the Institute Pet. You don't even know about some of the skills I've witnessed recently. Missile J F corner apostrophe V exclamation point WP piece of a rock U delta Mario pipe W delta X apostrophe IVR QX rock DS exclamation point. That's normal. It's fine to say that. Piece of a donut block X apostrophe A Z tilde TX backslash apostrophe V CZYEQ. ZIKDJQ apostrophe backslash rock BRCEW symbol. Glass pane R glass pane delta C US delta apostrophe I. Left bracket CD exclamation point. Left block D backslash EW symbol backslash block D exclamation point. Missile rock F corner apostrophe IJQE apostrophe IUV corner of something else H. UUWXE delta apostrophe W plus F semicolon black square J apostrophe WXDRRV. That entire room is full of untranslated dialogue, then, if that's what that is. Oh, cool, a moonstone. Oh, cool, an antidote. It makes sense if you're gonna miss some dialogue when you're translating stuff, to miss the post-silphco dialogue of the silphco NPCs. So, like, that makes sense to me. Skill Machine 47, which one is that? Gen 1 TM list again. The silphco music really does just... That's explosion. Okay. The silphco music really does just sort of make everything that much more frantic and brain-destroying. Great explosion were recorded in. Nobody can learn this. Nobody's great enough for this explosion, I guess. I'm looking for any other silphco NPCs. Also, yeah, I didn't mention it, but I do have to be dedicated to reading the garbage text. Thanks, you've helped much. Actually, saying it makes a lot of sense to miss the silphco text, maybe that doesn't make any sense at all, because the text is probably not ordered in such a way that it's clearly attached to that, right? Because it's probably just like a block of stuff they translated wherever and whenever, however it works. So, I don't know, maybe the entire, unless there's an entire section of the code that's like clearly silph code. I don't really know anything, actually. Because, like, it seems unlikely that the ROM would be organized by areas, so overlooking something like this only really makes sense in the context of playing the game and not realizing that there's NPCs that have extra dialogue afterwards. Much help, thanks. I mean, if they did that, then it would make sense, yeah, maybe. I don't know the process of creating a bootleg. It's very mystery. Well, let's leave this building. Also, I'm realizing now that we deposited Seidan in the PC, like in Bill's PC, but we also deposited Seidan in the PC of silphco's president specifically. So we just sort of like, we basically just installed a virus in the computer of some rando billionaire, I guess, and hooray, that's good, I think. And by virus, I mean we're destroying the entire world, but like, if it's localized entirely within silphco, maybe it's fine? The time has turned into a slope now. It is Missile who have taught Missile a lesson. Just by oneself. How extraordinary. Missile knows where it is by where it isn't. Luck, luck! My daughter has been pampered since childhood. She hasn't any friend yet. The tiresome thing is that my daughter likes to imitate others, and she often teases others. The people nearby call her imitating girl. Yeah, exactly. I guess we did destroy the vampire capitalists, maybe, you're right. This is Precious Pet? Ah, so it's a plaything. Green says, ah, how do you do? Do you like Pet? Green says, no, not ask me, but ask you. Ah, what? A strange fellow, imitating girl, what? Imitate others? Certainly my interesting is to imitate. I thought you had different dialogue than that. My secret, be fond, imitating, interest, plaything, like, peepee. 7 number sign E dash.
My interesting is to imitate.
Also, I've just realized that this is laid out in the same way as the player characters room, I think. But with extra dolls and stuff around. Cuckoo, a sound, consult the frame. This is Precious Pet? Ah, so it's a plaything. This is a puppet walking game whose head has worn on a bucket. Ah, it's Mario and Wario, or whatever. I forgot about that detail. Anyway, I think she's supposed to give you Mimic, but I guess she's not going to do that. Here's Carious City. It's golden, a flash color. I see him! The boss of Missile is fleeing from Hilloth. So yeah, the world has been destroyed, but the destruction is localized entirely within the headquarters of Google, so it's fine. And I guess we can continue now. Is everyone here still okay? Morning! Morning! I had to see them say morning again. Okay, so yeah, every other flag that allows us to progress is fine. So I guess we can fight Sabrina now. I should probably heal though. Bitchiter. Or Bicketer. Missile has attacked Hilloth. Listen, it is an important event. Bicketer flies nearer. Have you settled? Sorry, a man loving joining in the fun. Well, I'm very frazzled by everything, but I think I can still fight Sabrina. Did I talk to you? Long live, Missile disappears. Don't frighten anymore. Now we can go outside. In fact, you should stay outside and don't go into the building. The home of the old Superman. Oh, I didn't go here at all. Understand, want this? Green has received Skill Machine 29 from the Superhuman. Is that still psychic? The text box is there, so I keep closing the TM list. That is psychic. Okay. Understand? Skill Machine 29 is an Aquero! Oh, what? The special skill of opponents may be vanquished if going smoothly. It's an Aquero? What? I don't... Is that a... Does that mean anything? Aquero. Did you mean squirrel? No, I didn't. Well, it is still Skill Machine 29. I guess Lapras can learn Psychic? I forgot about that. Maybe the last part of the... Maybe the last spot of the party should just remain blank. It's the void that we left behind. Or something. Or the void that was left behind. I don't know. I'll probably find something else at some point. Anyway, hey Sabrina, I hope this building's fine and not destroyed. Pet Sports Center confirms trainer red. Oh right, you're red, not blue. Morning, future champ. Pet of Nachimi uses super ability, especially wrestler pet. Two don't match well before producing force. Narchimi supported this gym when she was young. She has a real power. She won't meet you so simply. Psychologist has made a challenge. I forgot you were called psychologist. Seems like delegating Cobra. Right, that's actually a crab. I remembered in time. Poison doesn't do anything if I destroy the enemy before it can happen, I guess. Lost! Tell you, there were 2 gyms in Caria City. The Lost was the wrestling exercise taking yard next door when taking part in the unified competition. Good thing I found that detoxicate cure. Thunned poison is clear. Do you understand? Pet has only ability. Only has such a fact not to win. Bark? Oh, right. I forgot you were called Bark. You have survived, so I must suplex you. To save energy for my psychic powers. You understand. I am simply foolish to have lost. A sumo wrestler next door is also utterly routed by our Miss Narchimi. I went backwards. Pet is exactly like his fostering master, do you know? Is your pet strong if you say so? What's with the amount of Lizar here? understand. It won't be, if don't teach Pet about it. Jim of Carrier City, the alias is the Institute of Superhuman Training. You are longing for the meet with Narchmi, aren't you? I know it. They seem to be functioning correctly, yes. Everything seems to be okay. So far. Wahoo! Wow, just like Mario. Yes, the ability to read others' heart is called as heart response. Narchimi is much older than I, but I respect her very much. I think that's supposed to say younger. Probably. You really can't catch up with it. The one with stronger belief will win when two opponents equally matched. Narchmi wants to win, and you too. You should always think so. The main points have recovered. You and I let Pet to have a try. I'm just deleting everything with Mewtwo because I don't want to think about anything, I guess. Well, I can think a little bit. Oh, Carby is going to sleep. I finally lost. I know what the result will be. Do you? This is so-called predict ability. Do you feel the superhuman who uses an unseen force to Rivik? Predictive advertising? Maybe. Oh, hello, Gengar. I forgot about you being named Yuhua. And how your face is relatively small in this sprite compared to later in the games. Does this kind of things happen? What is the advantage to superhuman? Ha ha ha! Just belongs to ghost or insects category. Just checking if anyone can still be fought. I think I fought everyone. Yeah, my cool plan is always go to the other teleporter that's across from whatever. Ghost category only has one move and it's bad, so yeah. Finally comes expected. After my throwing spoon and curving it inadvertently, I becomes a Supergirl and doesn't like competition. But if you want to do so, I'll show you my force. Rat. That's just a rat. I like how it sounded like she was describing some sort of boomerang throwing spoon. That sounds pretty cool. I want to see that. There was a surprising amount of stuff in this gym that was weak to Superhuman. And by surprising, I mean not really considering it's Gen 1 Pokemon, but still. Defeated and the alike really can't bear, but defeat is exactly defeat. I've seen my faults in the competition. This gold badge is the proof you've won me. Give you it. Using a golden badge, pet whose level reached to will be obedient to you. The pet much stronger than that is either standoffish or in low spirits. It's difficult to control, but that worry won't be necessary without fostering too many. Then take Skill Machine away. Skill Machine 46, that's still Psywave, I'm guessing? Yeah. Yeah, it is. Skill Machine 46. I skipped the Ashin and the F to say Skill Morty 6. Is an electrocardiograph. Great magnetic field releases many harmful rays. Super ability isn't confined to exclamation point. Whoever has it, only just not pay attention to it. You got it. It sure is. It sure is Vietnamese Crystal, where she says that. And I don't particularly like that line these days. It doesn't sound great. It sounds bad, in fact. As many things in Vietnamese Crystal kind of do. Super ability, if I have that, I'll make much money in the drop coin game. No, you'll make casino coins. That's not one-to-one with currency. So, I guess next we're supposed to go to Cinnabar, huh? I think that'll probably be next time. Because my brain was thoroughly broken by the game itself breaking, so, go after a slight rest. How about? Hello, hello. The spirits of you and Pet are also good. Then be careful. Take it easy. I guess that's true. Oh wait, we didn't see the message for trying to surf. Oh wait, you can't. There isn't one. Green, sit on Labla. Okay. Oh, did you miss the great destruction that happened? You might notice Seidan is not in the party. We can look at it again for a second. So, silphco was glitching a lot in various ways, which you might have seen. And then also, when I deposit it... Oh, you might also notice the time says 150 weird glitch character 2. Oh, did you see the silphco part? Where someone said a blank text box of seconds of silence followed by a bumping sound, and then everything was wrong? Like, all of the NPC dialogue was... They gave me their post-fight dialogue, and then saw me and gave me their pre-fight dialogue, and then fought me, and then sometimes they would try to fight me again afterwards if I talked to them. And also, like, a bunch of NPCs had dialogue that happened after other things, so I couldn't get the Master Ball or heal, because they just skipped to their last text box. And then when I deposited Seidan, the Rhydon, into the PC, a little glitch appeared. I did that so I could go get Lapras, who turned out to be a bag. And then box 2 of the PC became a corrupted hellscape. You know, like normal. So if we go to box 2, is it even gonna show up this time? Okay, it's back to this form of the corrupted hellscape, where I might be able to examine things. Nope. Oh, did it? Oh, that's a new one. That time it just reset the game. It either crashed it or let me like look at a status menu that was completely nonsensical before, or... Okay, now we're back to this. Now it's resetting the game instead of crashing it. But yeah, there's like all this nonsense here. Apparently all of these just reset the game now. Well, that's fine. I liked the part where I could look at the status screens for a while and they were really messed up, but I don't think I can do that anymore. It could be location dependent. Well, hold on. Except it did both the crashing and the other thing at the same location? Let's go to another random Pokemon Center. I'm also wondering about the inn. Oh. We're allowed to look at status screens again here. This one is consistent with what we saw before. I wonder if I'm allowed to withdraw this here. Yes, I am. Uh-oh. Time for fun! Oh no, I'm dying of poison. Clearly, you should heal my... and everything will be fine. Time to destroy the whole universe. Everything will be completely fine. Don't worry about it, it's normal. Everyone's going to burn. The stats are like multiple hundreds, and they shouldn't be. Hello, regular Jolteon. Would you like to meet? Oh, it's fine. Oh, it's fine. It's normal. Ah, the Eptile move, of course. But to parrot will end because of failure. Trainer isn't the least bit obedient. The baffling unfolded an attack on himself. Okay, so skill machine, whatever that was, starts to take a nap. Oh, right, because the level is too high. But whatever skill machine that was, skill machine 3 is hit yourself in confusion. I see. It's fine, I'll just find a glitch that isn't level 184 or whatever. Don't worry about it. It's normal. Not likely to win any fights, but oh, that's fine probably. 30. 30 is a good number. No, it's not. 30 is a bad number that kills you. I don't think I have enough badges to make everything up to 100 work right now. Oh, now it's just resetting the game again. I'm not allowed to withdraw things anymore. Oh, because there's less loaded into memory, maybe, because I just reloaded the game. So maybe if I like step outside and then step back in. There's always a monster juice somewhere in here. Okay. Maybe if I like fly somewhere and then fly back here, or just fly to another place generally. Maybe that'll be enough stuff in the memory in order to make this work. No, it's just resetting. Maybe if I switch boxes and then switch boxes again? No? Hmm. That's alright, that's alright. Thank you for apologizing, though. Just trying to engage in various activities prior to withdrawing whatever. Nope. Okay, so let's think. What I did before, I'll try this. I tried to withdraw something in Viridian, I think. And then that made the game reset, so I then flew here. And then it was able to withdraw from there. That could also be something. Just seeing if repeating the same sequence of events will allow me to do anything. Aha! This one should work. For, like, being usable in a fight, theoretically. Though it won't have the same effect of, like, wrapping experience around. We'll still get to see what happens in a fight, and also see what Malicious Teeth is. I guess, if we have to. So, the exact sequence of events of starting in Viridian City, flying to Cerulean City, and then trying to withdraw from the Hell Box does allow me to look at the stats. There's Dragonites here, apparently. This whole time. Hey, this is relatively regular. Is it Hyper Fang? I thought I already had... Oh wait, no, it's Super Fang. It's Super Fang. Hyper Fang is what we have on... Or what Seidan had that was called something else. The level has reached 100. Wait, I thought you were level 60. Ah, the state of boxing. The The state of boxing! Whoa! Congratulations! Tiny L apostrophe brickwall 6 mountain fragment of a mountain tile slope
To the stars.
are boxing.
So mediocre. Please consult a botanist. Pick a god and pray.
I feel like we do need to pick a god and pray. Is having evoluted into blood. Excuse me? Blood? What do you mean blood?
Blood.
I have never laughed that much recently.
Blood.
Don't just keep saying blood. Don't do that. The state of boxing. Oh no, you're going to continuously evolve into blood forever? Or are you going to be Satan again? Having evoluted into Satan! Satan is back, everybody! Yay!
Blood. Oh god, it is still evolving. Uh-oh.
Satan's returned! Except they're actually number apostrophe flower 6 slope 100. B. Is that good? Remember that the evolutions are also randomized. I don't think that was the Pokemon that was originally Satan either. So that might not be the original form. It might not have randomized glitch Pokemon, that's true. Is this regular Rhydon stats? I think so. Based, like, high attack, high defense, low speed, low special. I mean, obviously the moves are wrong. Wait. Sometimes your name is Satan, sometimes. Also, your name is changing as I press buttons. Yeah, I do know that a lot of glitch Pokemon evolve into Rhydon as well. The name still being glitched makes me wonder if this is, like, fine. I don't know if it's good. Isn't order splash to assail. Okay, you're too high level to, like, use. Starts to take a nap. But you followed orders a second ago. Well, Satan's not back. Satan's something else happened. I'm also wondering that. We can at least give that a shot. I was not ready for having evoluted into blood. Is there a Pokemon named Blood? Is there something actually named Blood? I don't remember. I'm a fortune teller. That's my profession, to divine on names by astrology. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. Period, apostrophe, slope 6. Something. Corner of the painting on the wall over there. Z-Pet. Play. Cassette tape that's falling into pieces. Check the decks, yeah. This is a wonderful nickname. From now on, dote nicely on. It counts as a traded Pokemon, I think. Is there something called blood? I'm looking for blood. There's not blood. There's no blood in here. Unless it's something I haven't seen normally. There's no blood in this. There's no blood. 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 It's fine. It's good. It's fine that there's no blood in this Pokemon video game. Ha ha ha. Great. Maybe blood is what I haven't seen normally. Maybe I just didn't notice it. Where'd all the blood go? That's a good question. Goodbye. You. I don't have that. That's not a real thing that you can have. Okay, we're still in a state where I can look at the status of stuff. Sort of. Except I actually cannot. No, the game is really struggling to understand that I'm pushing any buttons at this point, actually. Oh, that's fine.
Eggs can't be taught any moves. Eggs can't be taught any moves. Eggs can't be taught any moves. Eggs can't be taught any moves.
It's so true.
Eggs can't be taught any moves. Eggs can't be taught any moves.
So true, Callie. Hey, what the fuck is missile? If this glitch Pokemon will even listen to me. Which probably is not the case. Hey, one of those characters is the eye of the Arbok. Oh, right. Because level 160 or whatever. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm over here now, I guess. I know Blaine is next. But what's really next in this world now that it's this way? What's really next for all of us? Do we know anymore? Oh, you've got nothing. Is that good? I want to see what happens when that happens. I crave chaos. I demand chaos. Oh, you're asleep now. Okay. I guess I have barrier. Pretends to not knowing. I have a cool plan, a cool and good plan that will not lead to any problems. What if I fight a world-ending force with another world-ending force? Meow mewing! As all cat girls say, meow and mewing. Nothing could possibly go wrong. Eventually, theoretically, I should be able to attack. Maybe. He'll have shovel, but the attack of pet hasn't hit home. I tried to... Oh no, that's a... Isn't silph scope like one of the glitch moves that has like a very, 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 very low accuracy of like 3 or something? Probably. Like, just... Maybe. Nothing could possibly go wrong.
Meow, mew, and other such cat-adjacent sound effects. My SFX chip is capable of over 10,000 variations on cat language.
Callie is very talented. I do remember that from when I read about glitch moves at some point. I do have barrier, apparently. Maybe if I didn't obey and did something else that was productive, it would be better than Hill of Shovel. Or maybe it'll hit eventually, who knows? I think this glitch Pokemon knows two moves. Silph Scope and Barrier. I don't have an X accuracy, no. Oh, I also have Attack Myself. Oh, that did something interesting to the hit points. Is this good? I'm gonna have to clip the part where something evolves into blood and I just absolutely lose it. Oh yeah. I never brought up Archangels, but yeah. Pretty much. I don't think this is gonna work out. I just wanted to do a funny prank. Oh. Yeah, I don't think this is gonna work. But it's funny though. A little bit. It's a little funny. Anyway, reset. Let's skip over box 3 and go to box 4. Let's...
Please enjoy the following samplings of meow as heard from across the world. Moo, meep, meon, meow, oo, meow, 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 mjow, meogre.
Meogre? Hey. Wait, what the... Mother was chuckling while fled from missile I also saw was killed on the fleeing road. I don't remember speaking to that NPC and she's not animating. She has no walking animation. What's... Is this... Oh, there it is. That's fine. I'm just gonna... You know, I feel like this is a good place to stop for today. How is that? We can see Blaine next time. It'll be fine. Nothing is broken, everything is 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 fine. Thank you for watching, everybody. It's fine. It's fine. It's normal. It's fine. And I usually stream Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Wednesday and Friday will be the final part of Stormblood and the first part of Shadowbringers, respectively.
Nothing is broken, everything is fine. Eggs can't be taught any moves and there is no blood here.
Correct. And if you would like to see any social media or donation links, they're at borealrobin.card with 2rs.co, which is also in the chat now. And if you'd like to support me in other ways, following is helpful, telling other people about the stream is helpful, subscribing on Twitch is helpful, etc. Nothing is broken, everything is fine. Have a great century, everybody. Hooray! Good night.